for us.
Oh, those were the good old days, right?
Love that, right?
So in the 90s, the Power Rangers morphed into thousands of kids' living rooms. But guess what? Today in our studio, we have the original Red Power Ranger himself, Mr. Austin St. John. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much.
We're happy to have you. You're doing some great things. And, you know, since leaving the show, you've definitely gone from an on-screen superhero to a real-life hero, and that's why we want you here. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you've been doing since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, well, I kind of left the show to go grow up a little bit. And
Do we have to?
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I did. I ended up getting into emergency medicine. I got my bachelor's in sports science, then I went into emergency medicine. I worked for years on the street, about 12 years as a medic in the Washington, D.C. area, then ended up 4 years deployed, almost 4 years, my last several sets of contracts in the Middle East, working as a medic attached to military operations.
Wow.
Well, did you make a conscious effort to leave acting? Is that just what you wanted to do, or did something happen?
I was kind of disenchanted. I was 17, and I loved the show. I enjoyed the fans. I didn't like some of the things that went on behind the scenes.
Okay.
And I had dropped out of high school to do the show, so I kind of wanted to do my education, grow up a little bit, see the world outside of Hollywood. My parents were amazing, so I knew Hollywood wasn't the real world, and I needed to go do that.
Yeah, well, it's great because you recently became a different kind of hero. You've teamed up with the University of Central Florida and the Center for Autism and Related Diseases. Tell us a little bit about that project, what you're doing.
Well, I'm really excited. Number one, within the Power Ranger fandom, and everywhere else for that matter, there's a huge autism spectrum disorder, along with several other things that are often confused with autism, that even within the medical community. And these people have varying degrees of abilities to function, both socially, even within their own families, but socially, externally. So they call it a spectrum disorder, 1 to 10.
Right.
And I see a lot of them every day in the fandom. We all see them in the public, and many times we don't even know who they are.
Absolutely.
And I kind of wanted to get together with CARD and pull together a project with Swamp the Womp, a band. We're looking at some locations to shoot in Orlando, and basically we're going to interview some families. I'm going to talk to people who deal with these conditions, not just the individuals, but caretakers.
Sure, family members, friends, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and kind of bring to light what it is they go through and how their lives function, and just try and get it out for the world to really truly see and understand.
It's all about awareness. I mean, the more people can understand, the better we can handle it, you know?
Yeah, and hopefully we can increase their funding so that they can fund better results, more care, more research, which is sorely needed.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty awesome. And the reality is I deal with a lot of kids that have Asperger's.
Yep.
And the reality is they can't socially engage, but I think this is an excellent way to get them out of themselves and to engage and to connect.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's great for so many reasons. I've met so many of these kids, and they're amazing, and
You're
adults.
doing some great things. I mean, you also banded together with other superheroes to stop bullying. How are you helping younger kids deal with bullies?
Man, well, we did a lot of it on the show. The show was pretty sensitive to it. But on a day-to-day, I did it as a martial arts instructor. I've done it both as a medic. I've been into homes as a medic. Swamp the Womp is a band I'm teaming up with in an anti-bullying campaign. I've worked with a no-hate campaign. There's so many different forms and ways that anybody can bully anybody, and it's all getting really old. So from no hate to letting children understand that they have more power than they believe, even with a bigger kid on the block, and how to go about getting around that or dealing with it in a fashion that is most productive to them to get around it, as well as everybody else. So there's so many ways to engage it.
It's amazing, as time changes, there's still bullying. It just kind of morphs and grows with, I mean, the times. Like you look at being on the internet now, and you know, that type of thing. So.
Now, so many fans look up to you specifically as their heroes. Who's your hero?
First was my parents. My dad was a Marine. Mom was the first female cop ever in Roswell, New Mexico. Very strong public servant backgrounds, humble people, honest, integrity, just amazing folks. But if I had to pick, like, the actual, caped crusader, wow, that would be tough. It would have to be somewhere between, like, can I mash them up maybe?
Sure. Mash them up,
A little Batman, a little Superman, with maybe a little Spider-Man thrown in.
Yeah. It's got the man in it. So where can people go if they want to get more info about what you're up to and maybe how they can help out?
Oh, wow. So you could hit my Facebook page. You could look for Austin St. John.
Okay.
I think I've only been at Facebook for like 7 months now, but I think I'm
You're a newbie.
Yeah. I've been avoiding it.
But people can go there, like the page, and find all the info they need.
Yeah, it's about 170,000 people. I also have my store, which has a lot of information on the front, which is just austinstjohn.us.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by here and sharing what you're doing with us and everybody out there. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, lady.